Okay, folks, I've given you written directions on how to go about getting started using the class blog on WordPress. I'm going to try to walk you through it using this quick video as well, just in case that's easier for you. First, you should have received an email that invites you to join the blog. Now, if you already have a WordPress.com account, you can use that. If you don't, you'll have to sign up for one. Um, and I will click on this just to show you where it will take you in case you say sign up for an account. It'll bring you to this page. You can see just use a username, a password, and then an email address associated with this account. Um, and that'll get you what you need, and you can accept the invitation and go ahead and get started using the blog. Now you can also, just so you know, you can go to the main WordPress.com page, click up here where it says log in. Now you can see my information is already filled in because I already have an account, but if you don't, you can click here where it says register. The layout is the same, except that this gives you the option of creating your own personal WordPress blog as well with its own blog address. You certainly don't have to do that for this class, but if you want to play around with it for, just out of your own interest, you can do that at this point. But if you don't, and you, again, just want to sign up for a username and you're on this page, you can click over here on the right where it says sign up for just a username, and that'll bring you back to this page that we saw just a moment ago. All right, so for the purposes of getting going here, let me go back here and log in using my username and password. All right. When you log in, it will bring you to this page, which does not look terribly interesting. But if you click on My Sites and scroll down, you'll see our blog, The Weekly Spartan. The votes were close, but we're going with The Weekly Spartan. The URL is weeklyspartan.wordpress.com, but once you've logged into your WordPress account and gone to My Sites, you'll be able to just click on The Weekly Spartan, and then that will bring us to this page. Now, you'll see that this has some options to get started working with the blog. As an editor, you're able to use these functions. If you're not signed in to WordPress, you won't see these at the top of the screen. So for example, your everyday audience member will not see this information at the top of the screen. It will simply appear without that line right there. But you, as an editor, can create a new post in a few different ways, and depending on which option you choose, the layout will look just a little bit different. So I am going to show you the different ways you can create a new post and what the layout will look like, again, depending on which option you select. All right, so to do that, let me open up a few extra windows of our blog here. All right, so the first option is to just go up here to the upper right-hand corner where it says New Post. Click on that. That brings you to this layout, okay? Now, if you click here, hover over the Weekly Spartan, and go down here to where it says New Post, this will also bring you to this same layout. The third option is to go to your dashboard. So if you hover over where it says the Weekly Spartan and then go down to Dashboard, it will bring you to this page. And what you'll want to do from here is on the left-hand column in the navigation links here, hover over Posts, go to Add New, and then that'll bring you to this layout. So you can see that this is slightly different from these other examples, right, that we just looked at, which again bring you to the same page. So I'm going to start here. Give your story some sort of a headline. And then you want to copy and paste the text of your story into this main text field, to this main body text field of the post. It's the same thing here. Again, it just looks a little bit different, but you want to copy and paste. You do not want to attach the Word document to this post. It will not show up as a live post if you do that. It'll simply be an attachment. So I assume that you typed your story in Microsoft Word or something like that. So just go in, highlight, and then copy and paste the new story into that text field. All right, so now we have our headline, we have our body text. Again, it's the same idea here. Just copy and paste. It'll look a little bit different, but it's all the same stuff. The font, incidentally, will adhere to whatever the theme format is. I've selected a theme for our blog, and it comes with a default font for all blog posts. So don't worry about the fact that this looks different. This font type looks a little bit different from this font type. Again, it will default to whatever the theme has it set for. Okay, now we want to insert our photo with a caption. So you can do that wherever you want. In the story, just make sure that you don't break up a paragraph. I would put it in a logical place. In this case, I have a couple of subheadings that I've used, so I might choose to insert a photo with a caption here after the first section before I go on to my second subheading. You could also choose to put it at the very top, right above the story. Put the photo at the very top. You might also choose to put it at the very bottom. But again, just put it in a place that makes sense and to where it will appear in a way that's presentable. All right, so now we have our headline and we have our text. Next, you want to add media. This is where we will insert the photo. So just for simplicity, let's put the photo up top. Again, same basic idea, regardless of where which layout you're using. So add media. Excuse me. If I click here, now you'll see there's two tabs actually in the page that comes up, in the window that comes up when you click that Add Media button. One is this Upload Files tab, and then the other is this Media Library tab. When you are adding a photo for the first time, you'll need to upload it. Once you've uploaded it, then it will be stored in the media library so that if you wanted to use this picture again in the future for a different blog post, it would be available for you and you wouldn't have to upload it all over again. Now you, of course, are responsible to have a new photo with every story that you do, so you will have to upload a file that corresponds to each story. But just so you know, that's how that works. All right, so adding a new file, you'll see this is basically the same as most any other web platform out there where you are uploading a photo. It'll open up a window where you can select your photo file wherever that's located. Maybe it's on your hard drive, maybe it's on your desktop, maybe it's on a flash drive, maybe it's in your pictures folder in your documents. But wherever it is, you'll go ahead and select that photo. I'll select this one since it's a new photo. I haven't already uploaded it. And then, so you can see it appears in the media library now. It is selected for this post. Now you can come over here and you can give the photo a title, which should not show up actually in the blog post, but it just gives the photo a title in WordPress. And then give it a caption that is a complete sentence, and we'll talk more about this in class, but make sure your caption is in a complete sentence that identifies what's going on in the photo. So in this case, I was suiting up to enter the room where the Mars, let's see, reconnaissance, is that right? Nope, that's not right. There we go. Where the Mars reconnaissance orbiter was, where it was being prepared for launch, or something like that. You can give it alternative text if you want to, and a description if you'd like to, but you don't have to. All you really need to be responsible for is the photo and the caption. All right, now we have that. We've selected our photo. We have a caption prepared. Click Insert this into Post. And again, that will show up wherever you have the cursor in the body text of the post, right? So in this case, again, I had the cursor up top. It's placed the photo at the top of the screen, at the top of the post. All right, so, and you can fool around with the formatting if you want, right? If you want to sort of decrease the spacing between lines or something like that, you can do that. It may actually default, again, to whatever the theme settings are, but, you know, you might want to play around with that and check it out for yourself. All right, so now we have our photo, we have our caption, we have the main text of our story, we have our headline. The only other thing you need to worry about is over here where it says categories on the right-hand side of the screen. Again, if you've chosen to go with this layout option, you'll just need to click this drop-down button here, and then you'll see that it gives you the available categories. So select whatever your beat is. If it's the administration beat, you would select that. If it's arts and entertainment, you would select that, right? And then just click into the text field, the main text field, to get off of that. Or if you're in this layout, same basic idea, but instead of the field that you just saw, it'll be a checkbox that you'll need to check off. So in this case, we would click administration, and then you can preview the draft before you publish it. That brings it up in the actual blog theme so you can see exactly what it will look like. Scroll down. You can see our primary navigation is here at the bottom of the screen. That's just the way this theme lays it out. I'm not sure if I quite like it or not, but I like the colors. I thought they were appropriate, and I like the font. So anyways, that's the way that does that. That's the way it looks when you preview it. I'll close that out. Let's say we're ready to go. Go ahead and click Publish. And then it shows up here, right? You publish your first post on this blog. Congratulations. So now you will, your post will be live. I'll be able to see it. I'll be able to see the time and date in which you posted it to make sure that you got it in on deadline. So yeah, everything should be set from there, and that should pretty much do it. If you have any questions, certainly let me know. I'll be happy to try to work through anything that comes up, but it should be pretty straightforward. It's pretty easy once you get in there and sort of you know, get familiar with the layout. But if you know, again, if there's anything that comes up, let me know. We can work through the hiccups. All right, excited to see your stories. Thanks.